this helps us for sure, and it shows that we are ready and we are willing. Um, so once again, let me just say welcome to everybody who's there, and I hope that what I have to say tonight, the training tonight, will help me also and help us all in our business, and that we can also share with our teams or those persons who could not make it on the call tonight. Um, for the whole week, basically, I have been thinking through on what exactly should I train tonight, and today we had a training at our local presentation today, and it was interactive. I let the agents engage basically in sharing the business and what really is going on with each person and stuff. And the word, well, when I thought of it also, the word that a lot of persons came up with was being discouraged. And I think all of us reach to those points there at times in our business, especially for the new agents, sometimes who just came into the business, sometimes you just have a month in the business or 2 weeks in the business, and a lot of times you reach to that point. And it showed a lot. It showed that at least that it's a business because all business go through that stage, so even before I go on, let me just let us know that it's not something that when you reach to that point that it's something that you only going to experience. I know for sure we have heard most of our leaders, basically all of our leaders, tell us exactly that they have reached to this point where things don't seem as blossoming as you expect it to be, but so it comes and it's expected also as business. No, one word basically that I have for us and to leave with us tonight is focus. When you think of focus, first of all, you think of what you can see, with your eyes, to focus on something, basically. And it's important because when it came to me, I actually went and looked for a definition of focus. And from what I got, some of what I got, it said that focus is the center of interest. The center of interest or activity. And there was some synonyms that was given for focus. We have center, we have focal points, we have the center of attention, and this one was a bit surprising in a way. We have anchor also, and then we have backbone. So all these words that I list were words that basically under the definition of focus was given as a synonym. And when you look at it, this is very important in our business. This is very important to help us progress in our business. And even the training, that is what the training is about. We have so many resources, so many tools available to us. But things like that, things like the focus and getting back to it and understand basically, or basically brainstorming and putting it down what we need to do in order for us to be focused is very important. And when you have to look at the focal points, when you have to look at the center of attention, basically it brings us to asking ourselves, when I look at my business, what really am I giving, or what really is the center of attention in my business? Yes, it's easy for distractions to come. Yes, it comes about. It's easy for us to, when we have to look at, lose focus now, which I will later on go to. So these things come up, but when we look at words like anchor, to have an anchor basically is to basically have something that will keep you stable. When a boat goes out, when they're ready to stop on the sea, especially the fishermen, they send out the anchor. So they send the anchor out in the sea so that it keeps the boat there, it keeps it stable. And when we have to look at focus, and we put focus and anchor together, then that means that we need to be able to be stable in our business for us to progress in our business. That is very, very important. Now, one of the words, and well, I'm a nurse by profession, so that when I look at backbone now, this was very, very interesting, and I was like, okay, so I went in, and we've going through or explaining basically the backbone now. The backbone in the body is part of the vertebral column or the spine, right? Most of us know it as our spine. So that basically is our backbone. And this consists of several oddly shaped bones called the vertebrae, right? Now, this have a list of things which it helps the body for. It gives the body structure, it's for support, it's for movement, and also protection of vital nerves and organs. Right? Now we can come out from the medical part of it and bring it to our business, right? And we need all those things in our business in order for our business to progress and for us to be successful in the business. You know, and when we think of structure now, there is a structure set out. There is a system set out in the business, and basically if we don't follow that system, we will not reach, or we will not reach to the point of success that we want to. So that is why sometimes in a month time we might just give up, like it have so many persons who have quit in a month. And I have examples of person in 2 weeks, they're like, that is not for me, I don't think I can do it, you know, just from one no or two no's, you know. So here, when we have to look at that, we look at structure, how our business is structured. So it's important for us also to know the structure of our business. We have the system there, we have the PS3 system there, which our leaders and which most of us, especially those of us who have just started the business, we hear of the PS3 system. Now, sometimes it's easy to say the PS3 system, but then to know it and to apply it basically is very, very important. Our personal development, these things are the structures that will help build our business. You know, it's important because what you put into yourself is going to reflect in your business. It will reflect. Then I looked at even as structure of our business. You know, we have the travel parties, the presentations, our trainings, and you know, these things are the structure of our business basically, and this is going to help us very, very much. Then we have support, right? And we have a support in vacation travel. You know, if you don't get support, it's because you did not reach out for support. Even without reaching out, it is there right in front of us. You know, our leaders are there constantly giving us constant training and support. You know, being able to put ourselves out there to get this support is very, very important. Like those of us tonight who are on this call, on this training call, so it shows that we are ready to get that support because it is available. Now, then movements. You know, in movement, as I said, and the spine, it keeps the body when it comes to movement. So with that, I looked at our business and I was like, okay, so movement, we need activity, but what really are we doing to get that movement? You know, in order for our business to move from one stage to the next, there are things that are required of us to do. There are things that we must do. And just so it is laid down in the structure, it is laid down in support. So it is us now, and I always maintain it's all about doing. You know, it's all about doing. Sometimes, yes, we can get the information, we can get the training in, but what we do with what we get is very, very important. And the last point when it comes to the spine, now it says that it's for protection of vital nerves and organs. You know, and I looked at that at when comes to our business as sometimes, let's say, our feelings, you know, the part of us that will get a bit discouraged, get like that, and sometimes feel like things are not working the way we want to. So we all have the normally human parts of us that sometimes will come up, or sometimes we have a full-time job, stress at work, and stress at home sometimes, and just not seeing the results. The nerves have endings, they have feelings, so when things like that come up now, but that is what the spine is there for, and that is what it's like. We need a spine, we need a backbone, we need to have a backbone in our business, basically. And when we understand that, then it's important, it's important, and it's going to help us a lot in our business. And next also, when we look at focus, and I said that it's important that we know what can cause us to lose focus, because if I can ask anybody, I know at times they will say, yeah, I like this week, I lose up some focus. I was not as focused as I should be. I got a bit distracted. So these things come about. And when basically you are looking at something, when you think of what will cause you to lose focus in just looking at something, one of the major things is where you are standing. Because you might have something in front of you and you want to see it, you want to focus your attention on it, you want to focus your eyesight on it, basically. But if you're standing right at the back, then you are not going to see it clear, or you're not going to see it at all. So we have to question ourselves and ask ourselves and answer, basically, am I standing in the right place in my business for me to be focused enough on it so that I can get the results that I want? Then what really are you looking at now? Because yes, you might be standing right in front, but what you're looking at could not be what you're supposed to be looking at. And that brought me in a way to listening to a talk where they were saying, if you are addicted only to the outcome, then that is when discouragement will come. Because there are some of us and some persons in the business who when they started did not reach where they wanted to reach in a month. But did they quit? No. So they did not lose focus, because wherever they were standing, they make sure that they put themselves in the right position, not to lose focus. And what they were looking at, they knew what they were looking at. So that is very important for us to answer these questions. And if we can answer this question, at least if we see that we are not standing in the right place, then we can fix and find out exactly the structure, the support, have the movement, so that we can change wherever we are standing. And as I was saying, what you are looking at, the thing is, yeah, sometimes people always want to be in front, and well, not now, especially if you have, let's say, a seminar, you have something, and if you have 50 chairs, and when you look and you see persons coming, yeah, a lot of persons going to sit at the back. For some reason, persons just allowed to just sit at the back, they feel more comfortable there in a way. And a lot of times, if you have to ask, okay, can you all come up front? A lot of persons might not come, or if they come, they still come in the middle, or that way. But sometimes what can happen is everybody might want to be in front, yes, but it's important for you to know what you are looking at. It's very, very important, especially in the business. What are you aiming for? What really are you looking at in the business? Are you looking at the right things? Are you getting the right motivation into your system in order for you to bring out? Are you going through the right support system? Are you going through the right structure so that your business can progress? Then the next question also that we need to answer in order for us to be successful in our business is, why are you looking at it? Yes, it's okay for you to be standing in the right place. Yes, you need to know what you are looking at. But what is the purpose? Why are you looking at it? Because if you don't have a reason why you are looking at something, it's very easy for you to lose focus of it. Somebody else might want you to look at it, and you just went and you just you just try it out, like a lot of persons say. You just say, okay, she's looking at it, or I see everybody looking at it, so let me go and look at it too. So that is very easy for you to lose focus when it comes to that. So it's important for us to know why we are looking at it. For me personally, no one or nothing can stop me from being focused in my business. Yes, things might come up that I might get me distracted, but when it comes to keeping focused on what I want, time freedom with my family, money freedom, just to be able to have what is mine, to be able, like sometimes you say, to wake up in your bed and not wake up at 10 o'clock and not wake up to an alarm clock, like, so I know what I am looking at. I know why I am looking at it in my business, and I have seen it in Vacation Travel, and we have all seen the potential of the business. We all know what we want, but it's important for us to know why we are looking at it when we have to look at focus. And I'm not going to be very long, but a next point that I wanted to bring across was the importance also of the spine. The spine in the body, as I gave all the functions and stuff of it. But what it says is that if the spinal column was made up of one single rigid bone instead of a number of smaller bones, then we as humans, we would not be able to bend forward, backward, or side to side. So we will not be able to do all the movements and walk and do all these things if it was just one bone. And that brings me now to say that in this business, for us to be able to make it in the business, we cannot just do it with one bone. We cannot just do it by ourselves. We cannot just be us alone. That is why we have a support system there for us. That is why our leaders are there. That is why we have tonight's going on. We have our normal weekly presentations. That is where teamwork comes in, and a lot of persons come into the business and they feel that, yeah, they can do it on their own. They don't need to come on a training call. They don't need to do a freeway. They can close for themselves, and this shows that if for the body, if you have to look at it, if for the body, it cannot function with just one single rigid bone. It needs to have a number, and it didn't say big bones, it said a number of smaller ones. Smaller bones, a number of them, and you know we have the amount of bones we have. Then that shows that even in our business itself, where we have a business where we network with others, where we can see to move up in rank, you need to help others, you need to help your team also. Then it shows us, and we should be able to see that we cannot survive with only us doing it by ourselves. So we have to work with a team. We have to be willing. We have to be coachable. We have to be willing to take corrections. We have to be willing to work along with our team. And it don't matter if the person is your upline or your downline, but that is where it comes. That is where the support comes in. It is there, so it's important for us to really grab onto that, and yeah, I really looked at it, and I really saw that in my medical field, I hope you understand, that it's like looking at the comparison of it. It is so powerful. It is powerful, and we have to find it. I mean, a lot of people sometimes, from comments of before, when something come up, somebody might ask, but you don't have a backbone. You're not stable enough to deal with that and that kind of thing. So we need to, if you don't have one that is strong enough, form one that we saw, well, we heard, as I said, that it cannot just be one single bone. It have to work with different people. We have to network and we have to be willing to work along with our team. And as I just browse over again, we have to be able to have or follow the structure in order for us to be willing to get the support and, understand the support and be willing to accept the support that is there, so that we can have some movements, we can have some activity in our business, because it's important for what you do, what we do, really, we will see the outcome of it, so we have to have activities, and this is going to help us adapt a lot. This is going to help us a lot in our business. So we have to be business focused. We have to have a vertebrae basically for our business. We have to have a spine for our business. That is important. We have to have that structure, that anchor to keep our business going. We need that focal point. We need that center of attention. Make your business the center. Treat it as a business. We always hear that. Treat your business as a business. Have a business, be business centered. Be focused on your business, and we will make it. And as I close, basically, it's important for us to work to our outcome. Based on the outcome we get, it will always reflect on what we are doing, what activities are we putting in, what work are we putting in. And these training calls are very, very important. I don't think we can ever get tired of them, and because the thing is, just as I mentioned, a backbone or the spine, the thing is, the body sometimes go through wear and tear, right? We from what you could do as a child, 5 years old, you could be a lot flexible and do those things there. As you start growing, just basically health-wise, the body, sometimes you cannot do as much as you can. But when you from small start to eat right, you start to put the right things in your body, eat more vegetables as we know we should, take more fluids, take more water, what we put into our body, it will make us healthy. Because I know sometimes we look at some persons who are 60 years, 75 years, and you're like, oh, that person's like that, oh, she looks so young, or he looks so young. And sometimes you look at other persons at the same age and you say, but that person looking much older than the age, or that kind of thing. So that can happen in our business too. The more years you have into your business, sometimes somebody else could come into and have the same amount of time with you and progress so much faster, or progress so much, and you're in the business, or based on your years you have. And so it's all what we put into our business that is going to work. So as I leave with us, our focus is very, very important, what we focus on. And yes, we might lose focus, but we have to come back to the point where we look at what caused us to lose focus. Where we are standing, what we are looking at, and why we are looking at it. And also sometimes how long you look at it. How long you look at it is very, very important also when it comes to focus, because you don't want to lose focus. You can just come and just look at something for 5 minutes, whereas you need a longer time in order for you to really, really see what you need to see. So guys, let's ask ourselves that question. Let's ask ourselves those questions. It's important to write down. It's important to write down and be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. Write it down. What do I need to focus more on in my business? Yes, I may have come into the business just a week, just 2 weeks, but what I put my focus on and how much I work on it, I will get the results. So with that said, I hope that we all got something from it. I know I got something from it. That's all, guys. Gary, you there? Carrie? Or Andre? I think Carrie should be on. Um, I'm not hearing. Guys,